Hi guys! In my previous video, we talked about how you can combine two different tarot decks to do a reading. Now, in this particular video, I'm going to talk about how you can combine tarot with another system, which is Lenormand at this point, because that's the system I know. So, how you can combine tarot and Lenormand to do a reading, and get the awesome answers. Like, because tarot is all about the deep, meaningful answers. It's got, the energies, the emotions, and all of that. In the imagery, there's a lot that you can discover here. The card story, the spreads, and the Lenormand is a very linear system, but it is very direct and to the point. So we get both angles, both perspectives here, and it's like a total win-win, right? So let's have a look at how you can combine the tarot and the Lenormand to do a reading. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, your tarot blogger, deck and book reviewer, and maker of these awesome videos on YouTube. I'm also a tarot card reader and mentor, and an author of this awesome book on tarot, which is available on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle, all over the world. Now, all of these links and more are in the description, so do check that out. And at the end of this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more such awesome tarot videos. So, for today's reading, actually, I received a few questions from one of my subscribers. Her name will remain confidential. But basically, the issue is like she has a couple of yes-no questions for me to look at. And I've already done a video once before where I talked about yes-no questions and how I do them using the tarot deck. So there is a very specific yes-no spread that I use. So I'm going to link it up there so you can go see it and you want to come back and watch this if you want to learn the spread. But it's fairly straightforward. You pull 3 cards from, for yes and 3 cards for no. And the side which has the highest or biggest number major arcana, not number off, but number. I mean, if you have many, you total it up. You don't reduce it to a single digit, you just total it up, right? So it's very linear, black and white, because it's a yes, no. So the side which has the higher number gets the answer in terms of major arcana only, okay? There's more, but that's the simple basic spread, right? And with the Lenormand, the yes-no is fairly simple again. You pull 3 cards. And because in the Lenormand, you have very specific yes, no, and neutral cards. So you see whichever is higher will obviously be the answer. So I'm going to go, shuffle these cards, obviously. And then do a very quick sort of meditation. And focus my energies on her, and then pull the cards for the spread. All right, it's just making a fan. Okay, so for the tarot, 3 cards for yes. The question is, long and short of it is, will this guy that she knows, this guy that she's thinking about, whether he will marry her? There's a lot more to it than that, but for the sake of confidentiality, I'm not going to reveal. But basically, that's the question. And of course, the normal. Okay. Oh yeah, I always pull cards from the bottom of the deck and the top of the deck. So we get here a 4 of Swords. Hang on, I don't know if you can see it in the frame. Yeah, there's a 4 of Swords and a 10 of Wands reverse. Now, the 4 of Swords usually is all about, taking some time, thinking things over. It's a very tough decision. It could also signify an illness, right, or some hospital stay. And the 10 of Wands reverse indicates a dropping of burdens, a letting go of many burdens that this person is carrying, right? So now this is the overall environment in which this question is kind of being looked at. So I'm just going to put these cards aside a little bit. And let's look at the cards. For yes, we have the Empress. We have the Death card reversed. And we have the 9 of Cups. Okay. Hopefully these are still in frame. And for no, we pulled the King of Cups reversed, the Page of Rods reversed, and the Queen of Swords reversed. Now, because all 3 are reversed, I'm going to make them upright, okay? Because I prefer to do that when all 3 cards in a set like that are reversed. Okay, so where is the Major Arcana? Here. And so, since there are no majors here, right? So the majors are over here. We have the Empress and we have the Death card reversed. So here's my thing. And then we have the 9 of Cups, which is the good health card, overall good health card, right? So what I see here, first of all, the answer is yes, this guy will marry you. But when I see the Death card here and I see it flanked, again, even if it is reversed, it's the Death card. It is flanked by the Empress card. It is flanked by the good health card. And then we have the Death card reversed here. So it will be a touch and go kind of a situation when he finds out, certain things. He may reconsider, but when he finds out that everything is, it's kind of going okay, he's going to come back and he's going to change his mind. So that's what I feel here. All right. So I'm just reading the cards here in the yes once I've got the answer. Let's look at the Lenormand cards I pulled. We get here the Ring, which is the promise, Rider, which is the good news, and it ends in a cross, which is the burdensome or difficult situation. So now Ring is a neutral card, but it is followed by a positive card, so it becomes a positive card here. So we get 2 positive, 1 negative. I don't like how it ends in the negative card, but here again, this energy of the cross, which is a burden or hardship or difficulty, and then this Death card energy, it kind of ties in with each other for me. So the promise, the ring, the marriage, right? The good news about the marriage will come after a lot of difficulty. So it's going to be tough to get him to a point where he will agree to marry you. Basically, right? This is the energy that I'm getting from this yes, no. And if I see this, now just to analyze, you see the side of the no, right? Because this is what's influencing the negative energy here. And we have all 3 people cards. We have the King of Cups, the Page of Rods, and the Queen of Swords. So these are the people. And remember, initially they'd all come up reversed. Then we made them upright. So it will take a bit of convincing. These are the people who will be influencing the answer to go in the negative or in the no. These will be the people that will need to be convinced. A male person who is very emotionally motivated. A female, these could probably be the mother and father of the boy. Also a female who is very logical, very strict, very cut to the point, kind of cut and dried, very cut to the chase, very, very harsh kind of woman. And then the Page of Rods, who is a younger person, who is very passionate and energetic, and who I think, right, because he's again flanked by these 2, is going to be influenced by these 2. Now, this is the energy here. So straightforward. After finding out about certain things, whether this guy will still agree to marry you, the long and short of it is yes. But if you if you analyze the yes, right, it will take a lot of convincing for the people around him to get convinced. it will be like it will go to a point of no and then probably turn around, come back to a yes, especially when he finds out that these certain conditions that are affecting the decision are resolved. So once these things get resolved is when he will change his mind, but it's going to be hard to convince him to get there. All right, see how this whole thing kind of got together and made sense, right? Now, okay, so now let's look at the next part of the question which she has, right? Because her question was, first of all, will he marry me? Which we saw. It's going to be tough. It's going to take a lot of convincing. Now, the next question is, if yes, then will they eventually end up having kids? Fair question. Again, a yes, no. Look, the sun card fell out. You could maybe have 2 kids. I mean, a girl and a boy. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Sometimes these cards that fall out are precious. Yeah? All right. All right. Okay. The same process as before for the yes, no. I'm going to pull 3 cards for yes. Go. 3 cards for no. Whoops. Okay. 2 cards came in together. Okay. And from the Lenormand as well. So the environment cards here, 7 of Cups. Hope you can see that. And it is Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so 7 of Cups in the environment essentially says looking at different options. Now I see the Ace of Pentacles reversed. The reverse indicates a gift which is kind of lost. You might have to look at different ways to kind of get there, to get pregnant, maybe because of something, maybe I don't know, I'm just saying it's an intuitive thing that's just coming. All right, so you might have to in order to get pregnant, look at some other means to get pregnant, like medical treatment and stuff might be required. I'm just saying. But let's look at the answer here though. We have 10 of Cups reversed, then we have the World card, and then we have the 9 of Cups in the yes. And then in the no, we get the Queen of Cups, we get the 4 of Cups, and we get the Knight of Cups. So yeah, the answer is definitely a yes. The World card comes up. But see this again, how it ties in. The 10 of Cups reversed and then the 9 of Cups, which is the general good health card. So just the 2 of you by yourselves, like a natural way of conceiving might be a little tough, or you might go through some hardships there and might have to look at other medical options to get pregnant down the line. But definitely you guys will have kids. That is something that you will achieve. Now let's look at what the Lenormand says. We have the Sun, see that card showing up again. We have the Incense Burner, which means cleansing. And then we have the Heart. So look at this, 2 positive cards and then the cleansing card right here. So definitely something joyful will come after you have cleansed it, and then it will be a happy ending. So something will be cleansed. What I sense now, again, I'm not a doctor, and this is completely coming out of my intuition here. So I could very well be wrong, I could be right, whatever it is. I would appreciate a feedback whenever that happens. Is that you might conceive but not be able to, carry that for, fetus for a while because of some issues medically. That's, I see the seed dropping, that kind of a thing. And then you might have, the cleanser here, the cleansing that happens, which after which you will need some treatment, and then things will work out for you and it will be a happy ending. But you'll have to look at different options in terms of treatments out there. So that's how I'm interpreting this. Now let's look at the no cards also. We have here the Queen of Cups, Four of Cups, the Knight of Cups. All these are Cups cards. Again, see all the Cups cards here and here. Feelings and emotions are going to be extremely, at play during this entire situation for you, right? So you will need to find a way to remain focused and calm. See now the queen and the knight looking in opposite directions here because of the Four of Cups, right? Looking at different options and choosing the right one. And that's going to cause a few differences of opinion between the two of you because of, which way to go for, in order to conceive, in order to have the baby. Now it's those issues might create a difference of opinion, or you guys may have different opposing views on how to go about it. But take a decision. Maybe you need a third person to step in and help you take the right decision. Maybe a doctor, maybe a counselor, maybe a family member, whatever. But the point is, yes, things, there might be, again, see these differences of opinions reflected here as well. And then ultimately everything will work out. Everything will come to a fruitful, happy ending kind of a thing. There will be you will get the result that you're looking for, but a process of cleansing will definitely happen before you get there. So again, if you look at this whole thing in its entirety, yes, it's a yes, no, but then you can see more in that. And yes, bottom line, you will have kids, but that it, to get there, this is what will need to be probably done for you. Okay, so this was the yes, no. Wow, interesting. Again, so this was the very simple, very specific, very to the point kind of guidance that comes in from both systems, Tarot and Lenormand. And you combine them together to do a very straightforward yes-no spread, and you get different angles, different perspectives, different voices chiming in. Essentially, the message is kind of the same. They point to the same direction, but they say it in different ways. And when we see a situation from various different angles, we tend to see more in the picture than just what one-sided perspective might show. So this is how I do my yes-no, combining the Tarot and the Lenormand together and bringing in the best of both worlds and getting the answer for the specific questions that have been posed to the cards. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, whether these readings, these interpretations made sense to you. Let me know if you have any additional perspectives in these answers, because more the merrier. I think perspectives are amazing because they come in from different people coming in from different walks of life, have different takes on things, and that always adds value to interpreting imagery as we see it. So let me know in the comments what you thought about this. Let me know in the comments if these perspectives made sense to you, if the interpretations made sense to you, if you have more to say. And yeah, let's get talking. And I hope this little 2-question sort of reading example also helps you see how these two different systems work well together. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where I post my card a day readings every day. You can also order a reading for yourself, or you can learn how to read tarot from me, of course. All of these links are in the description, so check that out. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye now.